It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories.
We're expecting their best game and they're going to be desperate. Still doesn't change anything for us.
2 down, 2 to go. The Colorado Avalanche looking to keep momentum in Thunder Bay, but fans' eyes are set on one thing only.
We're so ready for the Stanley Cup. We're ready to have it in Denver.
It's a crazy party. Yeah!
Colorado's problem with car thefts is growing.
How would you describe car thefts in Colorado right now?
Prolific, troublesome.
Tonight, Denver 7 Investigates digs into the data and shows you where you'll want to think twice before parking. Plus, pressure to overturn Trump's loss at the polls. The January 6th committee prepares to lay out its evidence of the former president's attempts to manipulate the 2020 election.
I think what we're presenting before the American people certainly would rise to a level of criminal involvement by a president.
Well, the Avs find themselves in a situation they haven't seen in a while, now fighting to keep up with the Tampa Bay Lightning. You're taking a live look at the Tivoli Quad, where die-hard fans are rooting for the Avs, down 2-5 Lightning. Good evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. So whether you're watching the Avs at home or at one of the watch parties in downtown Denver, there is no shortage of excitement to go around. Colette is alive with fans inside the sold-out watch party at Ball Arena. And Colette, it doesn't matter if the Avs aren't in town or even if they're struggling in Game 3, fans are ready to cheer them on just as loud.
Jessica, just as you were introing this toss, Tampa Bay got another goal. So now it's 6-2 at the end here of the second period. Ball Arena, though, it has been loud. These fans are definitely dedicated. They're still thinking their Avs can pull out a win out of tonight. We still have a full period to go. That's plenty of time, but there are some groans in this crowd tonight. However, you would never know it by the energy and how loud everyone keeps getting in here. It feels like this is a home game. I've been faked out so many times. I'll actually be watching the Jumbotron and then I'll look at the ice thinking the players are going to be down there. I know I'm not alone in that emotion. I spoke with one woman who was here for Game 1 and she says coming to these watch parties, it feels pretty similar.
We've been coming to these all along, and it's just awesome. The energy. It's the next best thing to actually having the Avs on the ice. It really is. It's so much fun. I never thought I could get so excited with the Avs not even being on the ice, but the energy's amazing. Love it.
Completely agree with her. You might have noticed that Kale necklace she has on, that's for Kale McCarr. She thinks he is the best defensive player in the entire NHL right now. Now, Avs fans knew this was going to be a tough game. It was do or die for Tampa Bay. Obviously, Tampa Bay has that amazing record. They're at home, they're 7-0. We have a great record on the road, 7-0 there. So this game, it means a lot. Now, right now, we're going crazy. I'm not exactly sure what just happened. I had my back turned there, but like I said, 6-2 right now as we're about 4 minutes left in this second period. Still hoping for those Avs to pull through. Live at Ball Arena, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Can't believe how packed that stadium is just for a watch party. It's incredible. It's not just Denver getting in on the action. Avs fans have taken over Thunder Alley in Tampa. Hat Tricks, a hockey sports bar that was already full about 3 o'clock this afternoon. There were quite a few Avs jerseys mixed among the crowd of mostly Bolts fans. And we spoke to two friends, Fred and Devon, who are there together, but get this, they're rooting for opposing teams. Fred, a Bolts fan, Devon, an Avs fan, and they're sitting right next to each other for tonight's big game.
You never know what you're in for when you're bringing an Avalanche fan to a game in this town, though, so it'll be fun.
It was awesome. We're both like, no brainer, we got to go Game 1 here. Like, when else we're going to have an opportunity to like go to a game with like two of our, another good friend, and it's your teams facing off against each other.
Well, this game might test that friendship. The Avs are looking to carry the momentum they built in games 1 and 2 tonight in Tampa. We have a sister station there, so our Jason Grenauer decided to reach out and see how they're feeling going into Game 3.
How are you and the city of Tampa feeling as we head into Game 3? Your team down 2-0.
Yeah, you know what? We are totally fine because now the Avs are coming to Tampa, coming to Tampa Bay. We've been here before. I mean, the past 2 years, the Bolts know how to get it done. And frankly, we've been down 2-0 before with the series against the Rangers. So no worries here. We are good to go.
You've got to respect the love for their team down there, and we know our Avs are not taking this game lightly. Well, DIA is making sure everyone who travels through the airport keeps the Avs top of mind. They posted the Go Avs Go message at the bottom of the arrivals and departures boards last night. And Denver 7 is your home for the Stanley Cup Finals and tonight's Game 3. Make sure to stay with us after the game for our post-game show, followed by Denver 7 News at 10. The Denver Metro has become notorious for car thefts. Denver 7 crunched the data and found specific spots where your chances of being a car theft victim go up dramatically. Here's Denver 7 investigative reporter Jennifer Kovaleski.
Car thefts are up 173% since 2019 in the Denver Metro, and Colorado ranks #1 in the nation for cars stolen per capita. With that increase comes places where you are more likely to have your car stolen. Our deep dive uncovered 5 key hotspots and one common denominator with all of them. Thieves like to steal from apartment complexes and parking garages.
Where there's a parking lot with a large number of vehicles, we have more incidents of auto theft.
How would you describe car thefts in Colorado right now?
Significantly increasing, prolific, troublesome.
I hope you'll join us tonight on Denver 7 News at 10 for our full investigation. We'll tell you where those 5 hotspots are located and why police say lawmakers are making it easier for criminals to get away with stealing your car. I'm Denver 7 investigative reporter Jennifer Kovaleski.
Thank you, Jen. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has issued a warrant for a driver they say intentionally struck 2 bicyclists on Highway 40. This is the person they're looking for, 39-year-old Alan Haley Mill. And witnesses tell police they saw Mill speed into a parking lot to try and dislodge a bike from underneath his car. The hit and run happened yesterday morning on Highway 40 between Evergreen Parkway and I-70. One cyclist is in critical condition. The other is expected to be okay. Mill drives a 2018 gray Ford Escape. If you have any information on Mill or the car, call the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Well, you're taking a live look at Capitol Hill now, where the January 6th committee is preparing for its 4th public hearing Tuesday. The committee plans to reveal even more evidence it says shows former President Trump pressuring state officials to overturn the results of the 2020 election. That as new polling finds a majority of Americans surveyed say former President Trump should face criminal charges for his role in the Capitol attack. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington with more.
With each hearing, the January 6th committee sharpens its focus on former President Trump, his inner circle, and the alleged multi-part plot to keep Trump in office.
I certainly think the president is guilty of knowing what he did, seditious conspiracy, being involved in these, kind of different segments of pressuring DOJ, vice president, etc.
Congressman Adam Kinzinger, one of 2 Republicans on the committee investigating the Capitol riot, says he believes they've uncovered evidence worthy of criminal charges.
I think what we're presenting before the American people certainly would rise to a level of criminal involvement by a president.
The former president dismissing the House committee investigating the Capitol attack.
This is not a congressional investigation, this horrible situation that's wasting everyone's time.
He's essentially saying, yeah, I did it and I'll do it again, which is what we have been contending all along.
Appearing on NBC's Meet the Press, committee member Jamie Raskin calls Trump's reaction and his continuing attacks on Vice President Mike Pence's actions that day essentially an admission of guilt, saying it underscores the urgency of the Capitol riot probe. New ABC News and Ipsos polling suggests the hearings are having an impact, finding about 6 in 10 Americans surveyed saying former President Trump should face charges for his role in the January 6th insurrection. Tuesday's hearing is set to center on former President Trump pressing state-level officials to overturn their 2020 election results. The Georgia Secretary of State is expected to testify about Trump asking him to find almost 12,000 votes for the Trump campaign. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Justin, thank you. And taking a closer look now at the ABC poll Justin just mentioned, it finds Americans' views of former President Trump's responsibility for the breach haven't changed much after 3 public hearings. In the poll, 58% thought Trump bears a great deal or a good amount of responsibility for the attack. It's the same percentage as a December ABC poll. As for the other poll, which found 58% say Trump should be charged with a crime related to the attack, that's slightly higher than the 52% who felt that way in an April ABC News Washington Post poll, which used a different methodology. You can watch Day 4's hearings over on Denver 7 starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Coming up on Denver 7 News at 8, new details on the first 36 hours of the Marshall Fire.
What went well, what didn't go well, what are the gaps and challenges.
A report is quietly released with recommendations for emergency crews responding to future disasters.
For 6 months, my neighbors have been wondering what happened. The reaction was immediate anger and immediate frustration.
And the littlest Americans can start getting their COVID shots. What parents need to know before making an appointment.
We had another hot one today, but this cold front is going to mean some cooler temperatures coming up for tomorrow.
Plus, an exclusive Denver 7 investigation revealing how a Colorado company tasked with vaccinating thousands landed a multi-million-dollar state contract with a misleading application.
The CDPHE should have been a lot more responsible in monitoring who it was giving its money to, and it failed in that regard.
Why some are calling the state's vetting process a failure. Coming up at 8:30.